What's going on, you guys? We are about 48 hours from when Tank Davis is going to be stepping into the ring to take on Romero on Showtime pay-per-view for 74.99. They're practically giving the fight away. Excellent undercard between Erislandy, Lara, and Gary Spike O'Sullivan. Jesus Ramos versus Lucas Santamaria in a grudge match. Jesus Ramos is trying to avenge the loss of his uncle, Abel Ramos. That was Abel, right? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to be covering the card. So listen, another fight that's going under the radar is this lovely unification right here that we've been waiting for about, when did they fight before? First, let me go back up. Donaire and Inoue fought their first fight in the finals of the World Boxing Super Series in November of 2019. I covered that whole entire tournament. Since then, Donaire has gone on a nice little run. He's 39 years old, by the way. Nordine Obali knocking him out. Rayar Gaballo knocking him out. And now he's back again. 2 fights, and he didn't fight during the pandemic, but he did have his 2 fights in 2021, and he could have 2 fights this year. Let's hope that it's not going to be a retirement party. Now, this dude at 39 years old, no, I guess what I'm going to say is, in this day and age, at 39 years old, I don't really consider that old anymore in boxing. It's like, okay, this is the end. You can't really lose, but I'm not going to call you an old man, especially in today's age with modern medicine and technology. But in Donaire's case, my issue has been, for one, when he first entered the World Boxing Super Series at a division 118 pounds that he hadn't been in since what? It was about, let's see. So his last fight at 118 before moving to 122, where he just ran through the whole division. I covered all of them joints. Was when he fought Omar Navarez. I was barely on YouTube at this time. I don't remember covering this fight. But then he moved to 122. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fights he had above the 118-pound division. All the way up to 126 was just too big for him. You know, Nicholas Walters put a boot in his ass. And where's he at? Loma has his soul. But then when he entered the World Boxing Super Series in 2018, I'm like, yo, you know, my concern was normally when fighters try to go back down in weight, or in that case, you know, to back down 2 divisions, they have issues. But he didn't. In fact, when you go look at this right here, he not only put on a hell of a performance at his age and at a lower weight against the monster, Naoya Inoue. And every year, I've been covering him for years. I'm not one of those guys on YouTube that, or on social media, that even though I have issues pronouncing these guys' name, you know, I'm a little bit of a dipshit that way. You know, it's no disrespect, but I watch these fights. Like, I literally, my whole life, outside of being, you know, what I do for my personal life, I work from home, I'm a recluse. I'm a care manager, you know, and I'm building a father's advocacy nonprofit, and I'm in deep research all day, every day. But in the meantime, I'm covering boxing. Like, boxing is my shit. So listen, let's back up a little bit. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I forgot to give you the details. The details for broadcast here in the States is it's going to be at 5 a.m. Eastern on June the 7th on ESPN Plus. Inoue versus Donaire 2. Just to put things into perspective. For the WBC, WBA, and IBF bantamweight 118-pound titles. Paul Butler is the WBO champion after being elevated from winning the WBO interim because John Real Casimiro was fucking around with the weight, and, you know, a weird rule where you can't use a sauna during fight week over in Dubai. I don't really want to get into it, but it's some weird shit going on right there. Jason Moloney is supposed to be taking on this dude, and I don't want to butcher his name, if Jason Moloney wins next week on June the 4th on the undercard of Haney versus Kambosos. He'll fight him to be the WBC mandatory. Right now, the goal, hopefully, you know, with no bullshitting around, because I got to be honest, the manager, handler, promoter, or whatever he is of Casemiro, he may be a nice guy or whatever the case may be, you know, but I don't like, you know, how he maneuvers around his fighters, you know, where it's like, yo, you know, like, go after Undisputed. I understand that, you know, Casemiro and Inoue was supposed to fight before the pandemic. I believe that was April of 2020. But since then, you know, you see his interviews, he a little all over the place. So now I got to be honest, you know, Paul Butler, you know, he is a pro bellum fighter from my understanding. Donaire, if you don't know, he's been a long time Richard Schaefer, you know, now pro bellum fighter. So at least we know that if Donaire wins against Inoue, at least we know that we can at least get the Paul Butler fight. But there is no reason, no way, shape, or form that Inoue, who's promoted by who's his promoter again? Is he a Taken promoter and co-promoted by Top Rank, obviously? But basically, you know, we can see that all these sides can work together just off of Donaire, who's pro bellum alone, and Inoue. So hopefully, we'll be able to get an undisputed title fight. But let's go listen to this little interview from Nonito Donaire. He's over in Japan right now. That's where, obviously, I'm sorry, we're all over the place, where the fight is taking place. Once again, hey, help me out here. We're not doing this for our health. Please take your time out, like the video, subscribe. And it's a very high possibility that I'm going to be up doing a live stream during the fight. Now, no, we're not going to be showing the fight. That's illegal. But we will be doing commentary and brief legal. Listen to me. Fair use is legal. We can use clips, but very brief. You know, few seconds here, few seconds there, but you'll be able to get what you need. So we will be here on June 7th, likely streaming during the main event. We're going to watch this clip and talk about the undercard and who I think is going to win and why I think that Donaire may have a piece of the heart and soul of Inoue from when he broke his eye or his face. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe.
What I learned about myself after the first fight with Inoue was that I can beat him. You know, the moment I walked into that, outside of that ring and got into the locker room, that's the first thing that came into my mind was, if I'm focused, if I put a good strategy together, I can beat this guy. You know, and here I am, aligned myself to the rematch.
You know what? I'm gonna have to find some training footage. But yeah, by the way, WBC, WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine titles are going to be on the line. Paul Butler only has the other belts. This dude's a bad dude, this Inoue, bro. You know, people like to talk shit on him, but bro, like this is a bad dude. Like, dude ain't no joke. He will put a boot in your ass. But anyway, let's go look at the undercard here. Let's go look at the undercard. By the way, 22-0 with 19 KOs, 29 years old, 3-division champion. Had some inactivity, mostly because of travel. It basically, you know, it's not going to be easy to find, you know, someone to fight this guy. Unless you want him fighting bullshit fights, and, you know, who wins that? Here's the undercard. Takuma Inoue. Are they related? Because, you know, Takashi, who fought Tim Tszyu not long ago, they're not related. So there seems to be a pretty common name over there. But I'm guessing that since he's on the undercard, they will be related, right? Where's he at? He's at Super Bantam, so he's at 122. The Japanese always got cool hair, you know? Damn. Okay, so his only loss is to Obali. Okay, I knew I've heard of this dude before. I've heard of Shingowaki. Okay, so who am I supposed to be looking out for on this card? Now remember, I'm going to be up early. Lord knows. Hold on, let me check. When is June the 7th? When is June the 7th? That's a Wednesday. That's a Tuesday. Shit. Yeah, well, we gonna be here. I ain't doing shit anyway. We gonna be here on that Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern, right? 5 a.m. Eastern, covering the card. You know, beggars can't be choosers. So it's a Inoue, I'm Donaire too. An undercard bout will stream live. Okay, so it's undercard 2. All right. So here's the fights that they're showing. By the way, the link to my website, FightView360, is down below in the description box, where I published this press release from Top Rank. So they're going to have Takuma Inoue versus Gakuya Furuhashi. All right. Andy Haraoka and Shun Ikawa. Man, I gotta get better with my Japanese. I once got into some trouble in a Twitch chat because my ignorance, this was a long time ago. You know, you can't say Jap. That's like offensive. They can get you canceled. Don't do that. Don't do that. So let me see. All right, cool. Oh, but this right here. Inoue shivers thinking back to broken orbital bone. You know, he got his face broken. And you know, every time a fighter get their face broken, go back and look at Margarito, look at Inoue, and who else recently got their face broken? And they just don't be looking the same. Like, they be having like that look in that eye. You know, that joint be fucked up. But yeah, you know, we've heard that it's very painful. You know, Ugas just got his face broken. You know? Let me see. It's from Key Fighting. Just thinking back to the injury is bringing back shivers in Inoue toe boxing scene through a translator. I had to basically adjust my fight plan from knocking him out to winning a decision. Yeah, bro. Yeah, listen. So that right there is Donaire's chance. And one thing for sure is this dude power is legit. That shit ain't never go nowhere. It may not have carried up in weight like he had wanted to, because I watched that run at 126 and I was like, yo, bro, you know, like the Sapiwe Vieka fight. Basically, he got out of that, you know, pretty much he didn't want to be in there. Like I'm telling you, it looked like he didn't want to be in there. So he got out of there by the skin of his nutsack. You know, he was in the corner doing the veteran theatrics. And then once he got the Nicholas Walters, I was like, bro, that's going to be a little too much. And remember, him and Darchinian at 126, they were cracking before that knockout. You know, some big shots was being thrown. But then once he got the Nicholas Walters with those, you know, the oxtails he was saying? He said this shit, not me. He's like, yeah, you know, it was the oxtails and the curry goat, you know? But then, well, we want to know what happened there. Loma took his soul. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that power is real. You know? And Inoue reveals that he suffered eye socket fractures in war with Donaire. Like he was going through it, bro. He was having some issues. But we gonna see, man. You know, I gotta be honest. It's gonna be a tough fight, but overall, at this stage in his career, I do have to pick Inoue again. I'm sorry, Flash, but you gotta show me something, man. You know? I don't know, but that power, you know, and I'm guessing Inoue is probably going to fight a different fight because he don't want to get cracked like that no more. You know, psychologically, he's going to have some issues. We're going to see, though. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and teach your controversy with 5v360. Thanks for watching. Oh, and follow me on Twitter. The links to my social media are down below in the description box. And the WBC channel app links are powered by the Vive Network. I'm sorry, I'm doing something in the background. All the links to everything you need are right down below in the description box. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and teach your controversy with 5v360.